Good morning, students. Okay, so yesterday we have discussed the pattern of the magnetic field lines due to a long straight current carrying wire. Okay, and how is the pattern? These are concentric circles around the current carrying wire, which gives the magnetic field lines. Okay, which gives the magnetic field, or you may say the magnetic field lines. These are the magnetic field lines. Okay, and how can we see this pattern? By sprinkling some iron fillings and passing current through the wire. Okay, where this current carrying wire is passing through the center, a hole is made at the center of the cardboard. Okay, and the wire is passed through it. Some iron fillings are sprinkled over the cardboard and gently tapped. When the current is passed, they arrange themselves in concentric circles. Okay, then we have seen what are the factors which affect this magnetic field? The first factor is the current through the wire. If the current through the wire is increased, the magnetic field also increases. So the magnetic field near a current carrying wire is directly proportional to the current flowing through it. Okay, and also it is depending upon the distance from the wire. More the distance from the wire, less will be the magnetic field, less will be the deflection in the compass needle which is kept over there. So the magnetic field decreases with the distance, with the increase in distance from the wire. Okay, as you can see also, the concentric circles which are drawn around the current carrying wire, the radius of those circles increases as we move away from the wire. Okay, so we can say that magnetic field is inversely proportional to the distance from the wire. Okay, so the magnetic field depends upon these two factors. Okay, the current and the distance from the wire. Okay, then the direction of this magnetic field lines, how can we determine? A rule is there called as the right hand thumb rule, which states that, okay, with the right hand, if the thumb is pointing along the direction of the current along the straight wire, then the tips of the curled finger, the tips of these fingers of the right hand will give the direction of the magnetic field line. So here you have to draw the arrow on those concentric circles. What will be the direction of the arrow? Wherever the tips are pointing. Okay, so you will draw mark an arrow. So that is the direction of the magnetic field lines, and this rule we call it as the right hand thumb rule. Okay, now there is one question on page number 228, solved example 13.1. A current through a horizontal power line is flowing from east to west direction. Okay, current flows from east to west. Okay, this is example 13.1 given on page number 228. Okay, given that the current is flowing on a horizontal power line from east to west. This is the direction of the current. Okay, east to west, the current is flowing. Okay, now what is the direction of the magnetic field at a point directly below and at a point directly above it? Okay, directly below and directly above it. Okay, so using the right hand thumb rule, first we'll draw the magnetic field lines. Okay, this is the direction of the current. The thumb should point, the thumb of the right hand. Okay, the thumb of the right hand is pointing along the direction of the current. Then these tips of the curved fingers will give the magnetic field lines around it. Okay, so first we'll draw the magnetic field lines for this current carrying wire. These will be the concentric circles. So we'll draw only one circle. Okay, so these are the one magnetic field line here we have drawn. Okay, so this is the magnetic field line. Okay, what is the direction? As you can see that this is the direction of this line is inwards. So we can show it by dotted line. Okay, so here this is the direction of the magnetic field line. Okay, now below you can see that it is moving from, this is east, west, north, south. Okay, these are the directions. So here below you can see that the magnetic field lines are moving from north to south. At any point if you have to find out the direction of the magnetic field, okay, there you draw the direction. Okay, there you draw the tangent. Okay, the tangent is drawn which gives the direction of the magnetic field. Okay, so below it is going from north to south. Above it is going from south to north. Okay, so below it is from north to south. Okay, as you can see here, below it is going from north to south. Here you can draw the arrow, and above it is going from south to north. Okay, so this is the direction of the magnetic field, north to south, south to north. Okay, so this is the direction of the magnetic field due to a long straight current carrying wire in which the current is flowing from east to west. Okay. Okay, so if you draw the tangent over here, you will see that it is going from north to south. If you draw the tangent here, it will go from south to north. So the direction of the magnetic field below is north to south. Okay, and above is south to north. Okay, then the unsolved questions we have already discussed. The next is magnetic field due to a current through a circular loop. Okay, so this was for a straight wire. Now, if the current is flowing through a circular loop, let's see what is the pattern of the magnetic field lines. Okay, first we'll draw a figure in which the circular loop is in the plane of the board. Okay, so this is a current carrying circular loop. So this is the direction of the current, a current carrying circular loop. Okay, in which the current is flowing in the clockwise direction. Okay, now here we will consider, let us consider this point. At this point the current is in the upward direction. So we draw the magnetic field lines. Over the magnetic field lines, these are concentric circles. These are concentric circles. Okay, now we draw the direction of the magnetic field lines using the right hand thumb rule. Okay, this is the current moving in the upward direction at this particular point we are finding out. So this is the direction of the current, and the magnetic field lines will be along this direction using the right hand thumb rule. You can find out. So these are the direction of the magnetic field lines. Now at the diametrically opposite edge, we see that the current is flowing in the downward direction. So again we draw the magnetic field lines for this current. Okay, that is at this point. Again at this point, here we see that the magnetic field lines will be concentric circles. Okay, now at this point the current is in the downward direction. So the magnetic field lines will be pointing along this direction. Now at the center, these magnetic field lines will appear as if they are going inwards. Okay, so at the center, the magnetic field lines will be perpendicular to the plane of the board inwards. Okay, here also it's going inwards, here also. So at the center, they are appearing as if they are going inward. So what will be the direction of the magnetic field at the center? It will be perpendicular to the plane of the board inwards. Okay, so if the current carrying loop is in the plane of the board, okay, so here this current carrying loop is in the plane of the board. So we consider two diametrically opposite edges. Here the current is in the upward direction. Draw the magnetic field lines using the right hand thumb rule at this point also. Okay, and draw the arrows according to the right hand thumb rule. So here at the center you will see that the magnetic field lines are appearing as if they are moving perpendicular inwards. Okay. Now the figure which is given in your book, in that the circular loop is perpendicular to the plane of the board. Okay. The circular loop, the current carrying loop is perpendicular to the plane of the board. Here I have drawn, this is a easy figure. Okay, so you can consider this figure and you can draw this figure, which is comparatively easier. Okay, so let's see in this figure also. That is also a current carrying load. Okay, but here the current carrying loop is perpendicular to the plane of the board. The current carrying loop is perpendicular to the plane of the board. Okay, so this is the current carrying loop. In which I current is flowing. The current is flowing over here. Okay, so at this point, you can see that the current is going in the downward direction. Okay, so the magnetic field lines, here the current, so the magnetic field lines will be in the plane of the loop. So these circular lines will give you the magnetic field lines. Okay, so at this point, you can see that the current is in the downward direction. So these are the directions of the magnetic field lines. Okay, so here you can draw this magnetic field lines. Okay, now again at the diametrically opposite edge, the circular lines will be in the plane of the board. Okay, and the direction of the magnetic field lines will be using the right hand thumb rule, it will be along this direction. Okay, so here the current will be moving like this. So these are the magnetic field lines. Okay, the current going inward. Okay, so this is the direction of the current which is perpendicular to the plane of the board inward. So these are the direction of the magnetic field lines. So better use this figure, no confusion at all. Okay, now let's read it. What is given now? So either you can draw this figure or this figure, more for current. Okay, magnetic field due to a current to a circular loop. Let's read it. We have so far observed the pattern of the magnetic field lines produced around the current carrying straight wire. Suppose this straight wire is bent in the form of a circular loop and the current is passed through it. We would get the magnetic field lines. Let's see how is the pattern of these magnetic field lines. Okay, how would the magnetic field lines look like? We know that the magnetic field produced by a current carrying straight wire depends inversely on the distance from it. Similarly, at every point of a current carrying circular loop, the concentric circles representing the magnetic field lines will become larger and larger as we move away from the wire. So as we are moving away from the wire, the radius of the circular loops is increasing, or the circular loop is increasing. By the time we reach the center of the circular loop, the arcs of these big circles would appear as straight lines. Every point on the wire carrying current would give rise to the magnetic field appearing as straight lines at the center of the loop. By applying the right hand rule, it is easy to check that every section of the wire contributes to the magnetic field lines in the same direction within the loop. We know that the magnetic field produced by a current carrying wire at a given point depends directly on the current passing through it. Therefore, if there is a circular loop having n number of turns, the field produced will be n times as large as the produced by a single turn. This is because the current in each circular turn has the same direction and the field due to each turn then will just add up. Okay, so as you are moving towards the center, these arcs are appearing looking like straight only. So the magnetic field is perpendicular to the plane of the board inwards at the center of this circular current carrying loop. Okay, so draw this figure. We'll use this figure only. So this is a current carrying loop in which the current is flowing in the clockwise direction. Okay, and at at this point we draw the magnetic field lines using the right hand thumb rule like this, diametrically opposite edge. We again draw the magnetic field lines. So here, as we are moving away from the wire, okay, the circles are becoming larger, that is the radius of the circles are increasing. So at the center the arc will appear like a straight line only. So here the magnetic field will be perpendicular to the plane of the board inwards. Okay, so this is the magnetic field due to a circular current carrying loop. Okay, this is the pattern of the magnetic field lines. Now the factors on which it depends. The first is again the current. Magnetic field is directly proportional to the current. More the current flowing through the wire, more will be the magnetic field at the center. Okay, so the magnetic field is directly proportional to current. Okay, also it is depending upon the number of turns of this coil. Here there is only one turn. If there are n number of turns, then due to each turn, the magnetic field will be added up. Okay, and if there are n turns, then the magnetic field will become n times. So the magnetic field is directly proportional to the number of turns in the coil. Due to one turn, there will be some magnetic field at the center. Due to the other turn, again the magnetic field will be in the same direction. So it will be added up. So if there are n number of turns, the magnetic field will become n times. So the magnetic field is directly proportional to the number of turns of the coil. Okay, number of turns of coil. Okay, if there are n number of turns, magnetic field will become n times. So the magnetic field depends upon these two factors. A is directly proportional to the current. If the current is increased in the circular loop, the magnetic field also increases, and also it is depending upon the number of turns. Due to one turn, there will be some magnetic field at the center. Due to second turn, the magnetic field will be in the same direction and will be added up. If there are 3 turns, magnetic field will become 3 times. So if there are n number of turns, the magnetic field will become n times. So the magnetic field depends upon the number of turns in the coil. More the number of turns, more will be the strength of the magnetic field. Okay, and also inversely proportional to the distance. As you are moving away from the wire, magnetic field decreases. Okay, here the arc will appear to be straight only. Okay, here you cannot use that the arc is a straight line at this point. Here, as you are moving away, the arcs are becoming straight. So these are the two factors on which the magnetic field due to a circular loop depends. Okay, now here one activity given over here. To see the pattern of these magnetic field lines, take a rectangular cardboard having 2 holes. Insert a circular coil having large number of turns through them, normal to the plane of the cardboard. Connect the ends of the coil in the series with the battery and a rheostat as shown in the figure. Sprinkle some iron fillings uniformly on the cardboard. Plug the key. Tap the cardboard gently a few times. Note the pattern of the iron fillings that emerges on the cardboard. Okay. So what we have to do? Okay, here complete the circuit. Yes, take a cardboard. Make 2 holes in the cardboard. Okay, make 2 holes in the cardboard and pass those 2 holes through this wire. Okay, so here we have made 2 holes in the cardboard. Okay, and pass this wire through the cardboard through these holes. Okay, and then complete the circuit by connecting a battery. Battery is a number of cells connected in series. Okay, let here is the positive terminal so that the current flow is in this direction and a key over here. Okay, connect the circuit. So what you have to do? You have to take a circular loop, okay, a circular wire, and pass it through the holes which you have made in the cardboard, and the ends of these wires connected to a battery and a key. Okay, now insert some iron fillings on the cardboard. Insert some iron fillings on the cardboard. Sprinkle some iron fillings on the cardboard and then insert the key. Okay, first you have to sprinkle some iron fillings on this cardboard and insert the key. Okay, one caution to be taken that the cardboard should remain horizontal. Okay, it should not move up and down, it should not slide. So it should remain horizontal. Okay, when you insert the key, when you pass the current to the circular loop, you will see that the iron fillings will arrange themselves in circular lines around this. So they will arrange themselves in these type of circular lines. What are these circular lines? These are the magnetic field lines due to this current carrying loop. Okay, then the arrow on these magnetic field lines, you can draw it by using the right hand thumb rule at this point. Current is in the upward direction. So this is the direction of the magnetic field lines. At this point, the current is in the downward direction. So here you can draw the arrow on the magnetic field lines. Okay, so at the center you will see that the arc is looking like the part of the circle, that is the arc is looking like straight, so that at the center the magnetic field line will be perpendicular inwards, perpendicular to the plane of the board inwards. Okay, so this is the magnetic field line due to a circular loop. Now write a question based on it. Write down. Give an activity to show the pattern of magnetic field lines due to a circular current carrying loop. Okay, which activity you will give? Activity 13.6. Okay, in the book, the figure which is drawn, in that the loop is perpendicular to the plane of the paper. Okay, or you may say if I draw it here, it will be perpendicular to the plane of the book. Okay, but here in this figure, I have drawn the loop which is in the plane of the board. Okay, this loop is in the plane of the board. Okay, the loop is not like this, which is perpendicular to the plane of the board. Okay, so use this figure, draw this figure in which the loop is in the plane of the board. Okay, the activity is pass a cardboard to the two holes which we have made. Okay, this circular loop, this circular wire, you have to pass it to the two holes which you have made in the cardboard, and the cardboard should remain horizontal. Connect the ends of the wire to a battery and a key. Sprinkle some iron fillings on the cardboard and insert the key so that the current passes through the wire. Here you can see that the current is in the clockwise direction. Okay, in this loop the current is in the clockwise direction. As you insert the key and gently tap the cardboard, you will see that the iron fillings, they will arrange themselves in some circular concentric circles around this wire. Okay, and these are the pattern of the magnetic field lines for a circular current carrying loop. Okay, write the next question. Write down. On what factor does the magnetic field due to a circular current carrying wire depend? Okay, on what factor or factors? On what factors does the magnetic field due to a circular current carrying wire or the circular current carrying loop depend? Okay, it depends upon the strength of the current. If we increase, you can connect a rheostat over here. Okay, so if the rheostat is slided such that the resistance decreases, so the current will increase in the wire and you will see that the magnetic field increases. Okay, so B will increase. We represent the magnetic field by B. So magnetic field is depending upon the current, and the second is number of turns of this wire. Here there is only one turn. If there are more number of turns, the magnetic field line will increase. Okay, so magnetic field is depending upon the number of turns in the number of turns of the coil, and how it depends, directly proportional. B is directly proportional to the number of turns in the coil. Due to one turn, there will be some magnetic field at the center. Due to the second turn, again the magnetic field will be in the same direction, so it will be added up. Third term, it will become 3 times, and if there are n number of turns, the magnetic field will become n times. Okay, so the magnetic field is depending upon the number of turns in the coil. More the number of turns, more will be the strength of the magnetic field at the center. Okay, so B is directly proportional to the number of turns in the coil. Okay, write one more question. Draw the pattern of magnetic field lines. Draw the pattern of magnetic field lines due to a circular current carrying loop. Due to a circular current carrying loop. Okay, either you can draw the figure which is given in your book, figure 13.8, in which the loop is perpendicular to the plane of the board, okay, or the plane of the paper. Okay, or you can draw this figure, okay, in which the loop is, the current carrying loop is in the plane of the board. Okay, the plane of the loop is in the plane of the board. Okay, so these will be the pattern of the magnetic field lines. These will be concentric circles. We have drawn for 2 dimensionally opposite edges. These concentric circles are representing the magnetic field lines. Then you will draw the arrow using the right hand rule. Okay, so draw the arrow on these magnetic field lines. Okay, at this point the current is in the downward direction, so this pattern you can draw. Okay, so this is the pattern of the magnetic field lines for a circular current carrying loop. Okay, now the next topic is solenoid. Magnetic field due to a current in a solenoid. Okay, solenoid we have already studied in the lower classes also. What is a solenoid? Here again it is given. A coil of many circular turns of insulated copper wire wrapped closely in the shape of a cylinder. Okay, insulated copper wire is wounded on a cylinder. Okay, a large number of turns of insulated copper wire is wounded on a cylinder. So this becomes a solenoid, and when the current is passed through it, we call it as current carrying solenoid. Okay, so a coil having many circular turns of what? Of insulated copper wire, which are closely in the shape of a cylinder. So it can be wounded on a cylinder. So in the shape of a cylinder it could be, that we call it as a solenoid. Okay, then we have to study the pattern of the magnetic field lines due to a solenoid. Okay, so tomorrow we'll start with the solenoid and we'll see what is the pattern of the magnetic field lines due to a solenoid. This was due to one circular turn. Okay, and we have seen that if there are a large number of circles, okay, if there are more number of turns in the shape of a cylinder, it will become a solenoid only, and the magnetic field will increase. So the pattern we'll study it tomorrow. Okay, so what we have done today, the magnetic field lines due to a circular current carrying loop. Okay, and how is the pattern? At the center we see that the arcs appear to be straight. So the magnetic field line at the center will be perpendicular to the plane of the board or perpendicular to the plane of the load. It may be inwards, it may be outwards, depending upon the direction of the current. If the current is in the clockwise direction, it will be inwards at the center. If the current is in the anti-clockwise direction, the direction of the magnetic field lines will be reversed and the direction of the magnetic field at the center will be perpendicular to the plane of the board outwards. Okay, so tomorrow we'll start with solenoid and the comments are open. You will write your name, class and section so that the attendance could be marked. Thank you.